good Tuesday evening, everybody. How are you there? What are you laughing about?
I love that you have that as your background tonight.
Oh, because you know why? Nobody else wants to talk about it. Oh, my goodness. It's good to see you, Big Ace. Masked Comedian X. Hey, everybody, if you're watching tonight for the first time, or if you've been following us, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We appreciate that very much. Tonight, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, including what everybody is saying, the worst finish ever for a pay-per-view.
I mean, if not maybe the worst finish to a pay-per-view ever, but definitely the worst way WWE could end what was a good week for them.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you. I was, there were a couple things about SmackDown. Well, there's just so much happened this week. The very first AEW show, which I thought was fantastic. And I know you were out working, but they had the first installment of AEW Wrestling Dark, where they had, I think it was 3 or 4 matches that they filmed after the televised show.
Okay.
And they showed them on YouTube. So it's a kind of a YouTube thing, and I watched that. Penelope Ford made her debut for AEW in a tag match with B. Priestley against Allie and Dr. Britt. So that was fun to see her. But that was tonight. The Jurassic Express made a match with SCU. That was kind of fun. And they had this big kind of 4-way double tag team kind of thing that I didn't sort of understand, but it was kind of fun to watch. And that had Best Friends.
Did Orange Cassidy get in the mix finally? Or
yeah, he kind of did. He did a cool dive with his hands in his pockets on everybody. So that was kind of funny.
Love it.
Yeah, so that was a cool little feature, and that's one that I don't think a lot of people expected. But that comes on at 7:00 on Tuesday evenings, I guess.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Just on the AEW channel.
It is on the AEW channel. You should be able to, if you want to watch it afterwards, go and take a peek at it. Also, I didn't get to watch it. Is it tonight that the NWA Power Show debuted? That came on at 6:05, I believe Eastern time. I'm not specifically sure. I wasn't available to watch it at the time.
Yeah, neither was I. I just know that they're going to be doing those live and free on Fight TV.
Oh, they're going to do them live too.
They're going to. I guess maybe I don't know if they're going to be live. I shouldn't speak ahead, but they're going to be free. I know that, which is huge. The other thing too is, did you hear that? Double or the AEW is going to get a TBS show.
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. It's gonna be like a recap. I think it's gonna be kind of like it's like on at like 10:30 at night on like Sundays or something. But it's gonna be like a from what I read,
yeah,
a kind of just like a weekly recap of all things AEW on TBS, which is kind of funny because if you watch the media scrum from after that Wednesday Night Dynamite, the first one. It was almost like Tony Khan accidentally said, like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have another show." Wait,
oh yeah,
whoops, that, and then he kind of spoiled the whole.
It was a spoiler.
That's a great stable. Oh, so they're a stable?
Yeah, that was fun. But I'll tell you.
Did you watch the MJF scrum too as well?
I did. That was hilarious.
I love it.
That guy is so funny. MJF is gonna be. I gotta think he's going to be the top heel in wrestling, and not that he's lacks in ability. There are other guys that are better wrestlers than he is, but he just has that certain stick it to you. I mean, he's fantastic.
Just so believable that he's an asshole.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and always in character. That's the best part.
Just the kind of guy that you would want to go and kick his butt anytime you saw him.
Like I'm going on the Chris Jericho cruise, which is kind of also like an AEW cruise now at this point.
Yeah.
And he's going to be on it. It's going to be very, because again, that's a very fanfare, like, not everybody, you're rubbing elbows with everybody. So like their gimmicks aren't in full on mode 24/7 on the ship. At least last year they weren't. So like it'll be interesting to see if he's actually cool like everybody else was last year and just kind of hang out with the fans, or if he's just going to be on all 4 days of the cruise, which I assume he's going to just be on.
I think he's got to be
the cruise.
He's got to be
promos on everybody. Like I just want to see him go in the buffet and just cut promos on it, but everybody in line.
I agree. Excuse me. That no cough button. Well, I mean there is one, but I just didn't push it. I'm not fast that way. So I got to tell you, I will watch the first AEW show. I was very impressed. I don't know if there's anything that I really would say I could criticize per se, but because I just loved it. It was so much fun. And ratings wise, they absolutely killed. The ratings number was like 1.4 million, and they absolutely crushed NXT.
Yeah, number 2 in their demographic for the entire night. Everything.
Yeah,
which that's a huge hit. Remember back in the day when we used to worry about ratings?
Oh yes. Yeah, because it's I used to tease. It's you got a 5 share. Yeah, but in a town of 150,000 people, you know how many people that is? Not many. Not many. And then I used to also tease somebody else. It's like, oh yeah, I got a 3 share. It's like that means 97% of the people don't know who the hell you are. You don't know. Yeah. So anyway,
I know what Sunday Fun Day with Ace was.
He's watch. Trish won't watch. Yeah.
MLW is actually really good too. That's another good one. But AEW, Trish, you need to check it out. It's like the next big thing. It really is. It's did you see WWE actually congratulated them too?
I did, because I feel like they had to.
You couldn't ignore what was happening.
Oh my gosh, no.
I mean, no. It was a solid show from top to bottom. I don't know about you, but I mean, obviously, moment of the night, match of the night, and it was because we talked about this match specifically going into it, and that was Nyla Rose and Riho.
Oh my god!
Yes. I said it right away. I was like, Nyla's gonna win, right? Like
I thought so too.
And when I actually marked out really hard. I was screaming at my TV for that when she won. I was like, no shit. Like I imagine I was going crazy how you were going crazy after watching
Asuka spray the green mist.
Yeah, the mist that came out on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I got to tell you, no, AEW had some really good surprises that I didn't necessarily expect. Like when Moxley came out and took Omega back into the back and gave him the DDT into that table. Even though I know it's a candy glass table, it still was cool as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just doing such a good job of telling stories without doing the soap opera crap that the WWE's doing. And I hate to say it because there's a lot of stuff that I like about the WWE, but there's also a lot of stuff that I'm getting tired of because it's recycled, But yeah, and then Jake Hager coming at the end. That was I heard it rumored a couple days before, but that was, regardless, it was a neat surprise. And apparently he's still going to fight Bellator.
Well, I mean, he has to no matter what, because prior to him debuting, he was already signed up for a fight on the 26th of this.
Oh yeah. I think that's a cool one. AEW is on TNT. And
what's that?
Gosh,
Turner
Network Television.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Who's on? Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho
Yeah.
is the champion. Hangman Adam Page, Pac, who you may know as what the heck was his name? I already forgot it now. Neville. Yep, the man that gravity forgot.
WWE forgot.
Well, yeah, they didn't forget him. They just sort of.
Well, I mean, as far as how they used him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is why he then went away.
But they've got a huge stable of women wrestlers that are fantastic. As we mentioned just when we were coming on, Penelope Ford is with AEW. Dr. Britt Baker, Riho, who is the champion, the women's champion.
98 pounds, is that right?
Yeah.
98 pounds, 2 years old, they said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Been training since she was like 8 years old, and that's who they gave their title, their first ever women's AEW women's champion. Like, I couldn't be more happy for that.
Oh my God.
And the crowd was so into that match.
Oh my God.
They were into the whole show, but they were really into that match. That's right. I got the Ric Flair going on today.
Woo!
Woo! That crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah. So that whole the whole thing was cool. I did like the fact that they kind of had that stable come out at the end. I kind of like that. I like that Jericho's going to, in essence, have a Bullet Club.
Mm-hmm.
But
brings it back to the back, like back in the day.
Oh, hell yeah. That's how it used to be.
When you had like the Horsemen, the Heenan family, that was always my favorite. The Heenan family.
Oh,
like, come on.
Gosh, yeah.
It doesn't get any better than that. You know what I mean? I also really enjoyed the little interaction for a moment between Nyla Rose and Kenny Omega that really indirectly seemed like they might tease an intergender match between the two. I don't know. That got shot down pretty hard by Tony Khan afterwards, but who knows?
But you know what? I have a feeling that Tony Khan is a smart guy and he loves wrestling. And I have a feeling that he doesn't mind working somebody in the scrum.
Oh, he even said it at the thing. He's like, I can't tell you guys anything. I can't trust you guys. You guys can't keep secrets.
Yeah.
And he was like, Jack Hagar could keep secret because he was signed for like 2-3 months already.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing.
Yeah. And Jericho is the champion for AEW, and he is flat out fantastic. He is the best Jericho, I think, that I've ever seen. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, he got hit with a wiener. That was hilarious. You should hit me with a wiener. It's definitely old school Jericho. You know what I mean? With like a little bit of a new edge.
Yeah.
The thing with Jericho is every era Jericho that he's gone through, all of them have worked. You know what I mean? Like, Cola of Rockarola, and then the whole glowing jacket and the stupid idiots and the list. I mean, everything he's done has been perfect.
Fantastic.
Like, legitimately, can you think of any other wrestlers who have had like the perfect career like that?
The only one that would come anywhere close, I would say, would be the Undertaker. Because he's had a couple different iterations in his character. And he's just always been the guy. Jericho, I say you got to give more credit to a little bit of the bubbly. Yes, indeed. But I think you got to give Jericho credit because he's had to work harder at it, and it's been across multiple promotions.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was a solid show. It really was. It was I didn't like NXT was not even a thought in my head that night. And after the show, like it didn't even dawn on me till the next day. Like, oh yeah, NXT was also on last night. Like there's just no way they're competing.
No.
That and oh man, to see that Finn Balor got moved down there, just it's heart wrenching because it's just like man, that's them finally saying like we didn't use him right. We don't know what to do with him. Get him back there where he's already a big star. Like, come on. That's just sad. And it's another reason why it's like, I'm losing a little bit of faith here on how they're working some stuff. And again, they came off of such a great week. That premiere on Fox was actually really good.
It was tremendous. Now I have a couple of things. No, go no. I have a couple. I was going to say there's a couple of things that I want to pick on them on, and that is it has nothing to do with the wrestling, has nothing to do with the show. That match was hot garbage.
I didn't even watch it. I refuse to watch any of the Saudi Arabia shows.
Yeah, it was not good. And the problem was that I think Goldberg had not had enough practice and reps under his belt to pull any of that off. And plus the fact that it was hot out there and they probably were not used to that kind of weather. And for the fact of the matter, they're old guys. I mean, that would be, honestly, Trish, that would be like me. And I know you don't know me, but that would be like me going out and trying to wrestle anybody in the summer on a trampoline and just sweat dribbling all over and that kind of thing. Yeah, Fandango is there.
Is he really?
Yep, Fandango, and I saw that Fandango and Breeze, the Fashion Police, made a appearance on NXT. Called somebody out for something. I don't remember what it was. But the thing that I'm going to call out WWE for on the Fox program is this. They advertised a lot of names. And those names were not, I mean, they didn't do anything. It was, oh, look, there's Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair sitting in the crowd. Where was Steve Austin? And The Undertaker was nowhere to be seen, yet they were all advertised. Now, The Rock came. The Rock made up for a lot of it because that first chunk was fantastic, I thought.
Yeah, really, it was. You know what's interesting is, and I don't know if I brought it up to you last week or not on the show or even after when we weren't live or at all, but the weird thing that I thought last week watching those things with Taker and SmackDown, like, there was nothing that actually said he was coming. It just showed him and it just said SmackDown on Fox. There was no, he's coming back, like how they built up The Rock and stuff. So to be honest, in the back of my mind, I was like, if he was going to be there for sure, they would be like, he's coming because they want every viewer they can get. And for some reason, it didn't sit well with me that there was no voiceover on that commercial. It just showed his stuff and then said SmackDown on Fox. To me, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not there. And they're just doing this to make people be like, oh yeah, Undertaker was always on SmackDown. We should watch it. But yeah. And then, I mean, the other thing too, is you can't, dude, I mean, how much of a train wreck was Monday with those two in the ring with Miz? Oh. Like, we couldn't do it again.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it again. So they might have been planning it, but it was like, you can't trust Flair.
Oh, no.
When you put a mic in his hand, he don't care. So you couldn't do that again. And I didn't see Austin coming. See, and I didn't hear him being advertised, but I heard other people say he was. But I never heard that. But like, to me, it just didn't make sense because of, Austin was Raw. Rock was SmackDown.
Yeah.
When you really come down to it, that's what it was. So it felt right. He was there on Monday going into the premiere, knowing The Rock was going to be there. And I mean, again, if WWE really wants to just blow ratings out of the water right now, just get those two on the same show and have them face to face.
Oh, good Lord. That'd be fantastic.
You know what I mean? Like, you do that and it would be, whatever.
I don't know, Trish. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to agree with you. Becky is starting to get a resurgence now. We talked about how it was kind of calming down with her, but now it's picking up. And I got to say, like, dude, like, her line about when he said something about testicles to Baron Corbin or something, or how she's not pretending to have testicles, and then the first thing out of her mouth was, if I did, they'd be bigger than his. Yeah. Like, that was just... Even if you didn't write it, that was just perfect.
That was she delivered it well, because she sure as hell didn't come up with it on her own.
No. You know what I mean?
I mean, the whole thing with me is this, and I don't know, Trish, you tell me if you think this way or not. I'm like kind of fed up with Seth and Becky both, to be honest. It's like they have this attitude. It's sort of an arrogant attitude that's heelish, but they aren't heels, you know? And it goes again to what we've talked about many, many times. They're not writing this show for me anymore. They're writing it for little kids. And little kids, for whatever reason, love Becky Lynch. And I think she's good, but her persona now, as I said many times, is not what it was when she got her nose busted.
No, but
when she got her nose busted, she was the underdog. She was making it happen. And now that she's up on top, she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, but that's why they did what they did on SmackDown.
Yeah, I know.
He teased it the night before that he'd always loved to be in the ring with Becky Lynch. Surprise, surprise, that's who he's in the ring. And they did it to get her back over because, again, she was losing it. People were saying it wasn't the same. But what I liked about the thing with her, like when they were facing Asuka, how she was just like, I don't ever get a chance to get out at Asuka. And I'm like, that seemed like the old Becky that got her nose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if she can keep going with that, and I think it'll help to not have Seth around her anymore on camera. And I think they've realized that. And I think she realizes that and was like, stop. Like, I think she can save what the damage was and maybe get back to that if they kind of let her.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, WWE will make you do what they want you to do. So,
yeah, it's all up to Vince. So, but yeah, the match on all the matches on SmackDown I thought were good. I thought it was another good show. And it was entertaining and exciting to me. I like the fact that with Fox, they kind of got this step up. I don't know if they'll be able to maintain that. I hope they can. But if not, I'll be watching wrestling on Wednesdays.
Well, I'll be watching all those nights, but I'll probably be more into Wednesdays with AEW Dynamite. But
well, let's be honest. If I got something else to do on Friday, I'm not going to wait until wrestling's over. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, but I have no life, so I probably will still do that. But the other thing too is, I mean, I'm a huge Kevin Owens guy, so I'm always going to watch that, and I want to see where they're going to go with him because now that he's what seems to be they're writing off the Shane angle now. Like, I want to see what's next for him because in all reality, I want to see him and Brock.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I think that'll be because remember where we talked about the whole Dominic and Ray and how they were going to do stuff. And then, which is funny enough, because I even brought up Velasquez's name, and I even told you last week, like, nope, they're waiting for him.
Yep.
What I thought was maybe a few weeks to a month, though, was that freaking week. So I about pooed myself when he came out because I was like,
they tied it all together.
Wow, I called it kind of.
Yeah.
But it also makes me think they're skipping out on anything between Ray.
Yeah, which is too bad.
It is, but I think also you can't really legitimately think Ray is going to get a title again.
Oh gosh, no.
And if he does, it's going to be tagged with his son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got to be something with Dominic. But I will say it was, to see Velasquez coming down the ramp. I mean, yeah, he's a good fighter, but guess what, man? You gotta love Brock, Trish. Oh, Trish. Trish. The thing is, Velasquez coming down that ramp, he's not much to look at.
Here's the deal, because everybody's saying this shit, and it's starting to get annoying. If you go back to the fight in UFC with him and Brock, where he beat the shit out of Brock, he really wasn't in that much of a different shape.
Really?
He really wasn't. No.
He's just a tough son of a bitch.
He's a little bit soggier now, but not by much. You look at pictures of him in the cage, it's pretty. He ain't really.
Well,
he's just a tough ass dude.
I will say this, and Trish, don't hate me. Brock is fantastic at what he does. He looked really terrified seeing Velasquez. Looked very shocked, and it really, it sold it to me. It sold it to me.
Beautiful, because it was just in my head. I was just replaying what I was telling you that week, and I was just like,
I know.
Right. Oh my God.
You did it.
Like that was just it though. Like I said, the reason they held off on a lot of stuff with him and Ray and all that, it was because you got to make him look uber tough, because sooner than we knew, they were bringing in Velasquez, who is the only legitimate guy in the world, legitimate guy that could say he busted Brock Lesnar up.
He's the guy that gave Brock the mouse that's still there, or mark. He's still got a mark from getting popped in the face. Yeah, Dirty Tom Lawler versus Brock would be okay. I'd pay to see that.
Yeah,
that's not a bad match, Trish, at all.
It'll be. But the funny thing though is now you're hearing that like there's no like actual contract tied down between Kane and WWE.
Oh yeah. So he could just as easy say, "Yeah, I'm not doing it."
You know, it's not going to. He's already come out, and the fact that he's openly said he's considered going to AEW.
Yeah,
like, come on, they're gonna be like, all right, we'll give you whatever you want, bro. Like, just do whatever. I'm curious to see how long it takes for Dominic to come back.
Yeah,
because the kid was bumping like a pro.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, and he's a lot bigger than I realized.
Yeah.
So I think he's ready to go.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Trish, Brock is scary. I don't know if you've ever met him, Ace. I met him, but I met him when he was still in college. He had just won the national championship for Minnesota, and every year I do the announcing at the kindergarten through 8th grade state wrestling tournament in Minnesota. And he and Shelton Benjamin and another fella that did well in the national tournament came down and signed autographs for the kids. And to be honest, back then, couldn't have been nicer. Very respectable. Oh, thank you, sir. You know, it was very cool. Brock lived near Alexandria, Minnesota for a number of years. I think he still has a home there. I don't know that he lives there now. I think he lives up in Saskatchewan where he farms. But his son, one of his sons, and his and my nephew went to the same school. Of course, Alexandria is not very big. 4'11". Well, of course, Dominic's bigger than you.
Yeah, he's got to be what, 5'9", 5'10", maybe.
I would think so.
I mean, he could be close to 6, I guess. I mean, put it this way: Rey Mysterio's half his size. It seems like when they're standing next to each other.
Yeah, and Ray's what, 3'2"?
He's
just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
Look at that little guy getting angry.
No, I'll tell you, it's and Kofi losing in 9 seconds.
Loved it.
I did too. Couldn't have loved it more.
Loved it.
It was just like beautiful.
Let's be honest. It took how long for Kofi to get an actual title run? So anybody that thought this was going to be in a very long title run is crazy.
Yeah.
First of all, Guy is probably getting close to being like, I'm on my way out.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Brock is married to Sable, and she looking old too. Just stating facts.
Well, she's older than he is. She by quite a bit.
Yeah, like by a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, what was I talking about?
Oh, we're talking about Kofi getting slammed.
I like he's probably gonna retire soon, you would think. Plus, let's be honest, New Day cannot retire and then like not have their big breakup moment.
Oh, they got to. It's got to come after this
to have a breakup moment.
See, this is what I think. This is where it was set up. He made a big point, and the New Day made a big point about how Kofi wanted us to not be out there with him tonight. And they made a big point about saying that and letting everybody know that. And so now I got to think that somewhere down the line, it's going to be, why the hell weren't you guys out there for me?
My only thing with that, though, is they weren't out there when he won it at Mania, right?
No.
So, like, you can't.
Yeah, but nobody's going to remember that. other than you.
Real fans will. Damn it, math guy. We got to figure out what I can call you, by the way, because it's.
You can call me X.
Okay, there we go. X.
Just call me X.
I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, masked comedian.
I know, it's a mouthful.
I'm just going to call you comedian. Hey, comedian. Comedian in mask.
X.
All right, X.
X will work.
X marks the spot.
So anyway, so we move on for Friday, which to be honest, other than a couple of little things that I can certainly brush over, it was a great show on Friday and a fantastic debut for him on Fox, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't like Erin Andrews. I get sports that was stuff, but you could tell she was uncomfortable. You could tell she didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, I don't like her anyways when she does sports. Yeah. She comes off very bitchy.
Yeah.
And she's doing so like I could have done.
I don't think she's going to be back there all the time. I think it's just the first show.
Right. So, but that was the big question I posed when Friday night was over. Is A, you now just had your premiere, your debut, and your network debut.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So the 2 questions I pose is A, between the 3, who overall had the better show for the week? B, the other thing I said was WWE is known for being able to have really great moments and, doing some really big things when it's needed. But we all know that the long game is not their best play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They had a great week, which more than likely usually means next week ain't going to be that great.
Right.
But now that AEW's out, they got to
step it up. You got to step it up. You're froze on me again, buddy. Hop back in.
Because my screen. There we go. We're back.
There you go.
And
kick that cat.
He's on the couch right now, like sleeping.
Oh, I thought the cat was the one that was responsible.
No, I just have a really shitty internet provider. They are bad people. Charge me a lot of money and give me very little back. It's bull. But WWE is known for like doing really good when they need to be for the moment. But the term goal, like, do you see them running really hot Raws and SmackDowns? Which, by the way,
we'll move to Sunday anytime you want to, my friend.
I feel like they could have did more with the SmackDown set.
I do too. After all the hype and everybody says, "Oh, it's going to be different. It's going to be great." I thought that's kind of a chunk of crap.
It was all right, but
it's nothing. It's nothing spectacular. It's not. To be honest, it's not as good as the Raw set.
No, Raw has a real nice, silky smooth look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was great to watch Natalya get thrown into it over and over again last night.
And then slide down. I love the fact that she slid down.
They're going to use that so many times now.
Oh, God, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Sunday. Which right off the bat, I still hate that we have a red Hell in a Cell. I hate the Hell in a Cell. It's distracting.
Yeah.
It's hard to focus when everything's just red, which made the main event even more. Which, just to clarify right now before we get into Hell in a Cell, I did not watch the main event.
Thanks,
Trish. Yeah, I didn't watch the main event at all.
You didn't watch a lick of it?
I was at a friend's house. We were there for the Cowboy Packer game, which another thing I don't want to ever talk about. It was so depressing. We got beat by Teddy Bridgewater and then the Packers.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. It's just so depressing. Anyway.
So
on.
I'll say this. They start the show off with Becky and Sasha.
Yeah. And I saw the whole show. What happened?
God, that was good.
I left right before the main event because it was like 9:30, and I'm like, I got to work in the morning. I'll go home and watch it, and then just go straight to bed. And my friends live kind of out of the town, so
gotcha.
But I didn't do that. I got home and was just like, screw it, I'm going to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And also, like, then I kind of peeked online, and right away just seen everybody pooing on the main event.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, never mind. I'm not even going to watch it now. But let's get to that first match because the first match was good.
my gosh, some of the stuff that they were doing, the kendo sticks into the fence with the chair on top of it and that kick. I mean, granted it was, but that's something I've never ever seen anybody do. That was fantastic. The whole match, the give and take was very, very good. And as a whole, I loved the little tiny bit at the end where she had tossed her onto the chairs, and then Sasha was trying to grab her hair and then trying to grab the chair to maybe hit her, and then finally gave up. I thought that was cool.
Right.
Even though I would have rather had Sasha win, I was happy with the outcome and happy with that match as a whole. I thought it was great.
Right. Yeah. So I'm a little curious to see where they go with all that, though, because you got Charlotte beating Bayley to get the SmackDown title.
Mm-hmm.
You got Becky with that title. You got, was it last night on Raw? We had that, was it triple tag match or something like that? Or no, it was the Bukaki. What is
The Bukaki Warriors are here, and they're
they're very
generally all over them. The green mist. Green mist from the Bukaki Warriors. That's
all over.
Doggies.
All over there. Anyway, what do they call them?
No, I can't think of it. Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Kobayashi Warriors. That's the guy that ate all the hot dogs.
Yeah, he is Kobayashi. Anyways, like they did them against. It was them. It was the champions match, right? It was them against Charlotte and
yep.
And then because that had a melee at the end, right? So they, I don't know. It feels like they're leading towards they're going to have this big dance for the titles. I feel like Charlotte and Becky are going to get tagged up, especially now that we got Survivor Series coming up pretty close. So depending how this draft works, I feel like this is what they're going to do. You're going to see but for the title, you're going to see it's going to be, because that title can go both shows since there's only one tag championship title, but that it's going to be Kairi Sane and Asuka against obviously Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, which I'm hoping they don't turn those two. I'm going to be sad that day comes where Alexa Bliss
they turn them
over Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
But maybe it goes the other way. Maybe Nikki Cross goes Nathan. No, Bayley's not a dude. She's a lovely lady. Bayley and Sasha, and then against
Bayley's the hugger.
Bayley is the hugger. I'm waiting for those black. I want to see her little inflatable guys when she really finally goes full on heel. They just come up black.
I think it's coming soon because all the crying she did afterwards, after losing. I mean, dude, that was a lot of crying.
Was she doing what they were saying Sasha did for real or something?
It kind of looked like that. I mean, it seems like she sat down there on the between the ramp and the ring and just sort of cried and said, "How come this always happens to me? Why is it?" And I just was like, my God, if this is what I think it's going to be, I love it.
Yeah, and they got.
Having said that, I had just went and watched the Joker on Saturday afternoon too.
Huh. So pause in the wrestling talk because I'm actually fascinated about this movie.
Yeah.
Was it? Everybody's saying it's amazing.
All right. So I went with my son, and one of my biggest gauges of how good a movie is how long it feels like it takes to me to watch it. It was, close to 2 hours. Sure didn't seem like that to me. Joaquin Phoenix did a fantastic job. Really, really good. I loved the story. I loved some of the twists and turns that I thought it was a very good origin story. And not to give away any spoilers, but there's a little homage to Heath Ledger, and it part of it, and It was fantastic. Yeah, she did cry. She did cry, Tish. She sure did. And it was
let me ask you this, because again, real quick, last joke question. But again, this whole movie has been fascinating. That character's fascinating.
yeah.
Seeing how things happen in the world now are fascinating. You know, seeing that they had to actually put out warnings that they were worried of possible attacks because of this Joker movie coming out. Either way, just the full scope of just how crazy that like whole, people forget this started as a comic book.
I know.
You know what I mean? So anyways,
I would and to answer your question, my son and I went to the theater in Apple Valley, and they had a cop there.
oh yeah.
The first time I've ever gone to a movie where the cop was there
Like in the theater.
in the theater
That's crazy.
at the front, and yeah.
Wow. The other question I had though is because I'm amazed from how I've heard that the film is violent. Is this true?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what amazes me, is because they did such a great job in the trailer for this movie that you don't think it's going to be a violent film, but I hear it is.
Yeah.
And
there are parts of it that are very violent.
yeah. So, all right, cool. I gotta go see it. It's
certainly worth your time.
Saturday night or Sunday. That might be what I have to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk more wrestling. Forget that nerd.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, the Joker. But anyway, but it's that the whole. I see similarities in everything. You know, that means I'm getting older. I saw a pork chop the other day, and I thought of Big Boss Man. So just how it happens. You know, you get older, and that crap happens. Big Boss Man. Oh no, that's a pork chop.
When he fed him the dog, right? Am I right on that? He fed Al Snow his dog.
Yeah, it's true.
I hope people realize that was an actual WWE storyline.
Yeah,
he fed a man his own cooked dog. Which also, I mean,
if you don't know about it, go look it up. What? Can you remember the dog's name? I don't remember the dog's name.
It was something really just dog name, like or something like that. Great old Al Snow. Good on you for going along with all that.
Oh my God, no kidding.
But yeah, so the Hell in the Cell, that was.
So yeah, back to Hell in the Cell. First match, yes. And you know what? I mean, every match that was on there was okay. And even I'll say this, even part of the big match at the end, I liked it to a point. I liked it to the point where all of a sudden Seth is curb stomping the snot out of the Fiend, and we all do. He was a good dude from everything I know about him, and fun guy to watch. But when first of all, he never tried to pin him. I mean, he tried to pin him, and every time he tried to pin him, he'd kick out at one, which is, I'm loving it, because that's what the Fiend is supposed to do, right? The Fiend, in my view, the Fiend is becoming what the Undertaker used to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's what I think they're doing. And all of a sudden, Seth is curb stomping him and hitting him with crap. And see, the thing, I don't know if did you watch it at all? So Seth
I saw what they showed on Raw.
All right,
highlight.
So one thing they didn't show was this: the Fiend was doing everything without weapons. Seth would get a weapon, hit him with a kendo stick. The Fiend would no-sell it, hit him again, then he would get the kendo stick and throw it, and do without it. Absolutely, he does, and they just buried the crap out of him, Trish, on that pay-per-view. They buried him. Seth would hit him with a chair. He knows the whole thing was just amazing to me, because they were literally making the Fiend indestructible. And then and then he doesn't try to pin him. It's Hell in the Cell. The only way is pinfall or submission. That's how you end the match.
Yeah.
But that's not it. That wasn't it. It became Seth Rollins just piling more crap, and then the whole thing with the sledgehammer onto the toolbox, onto the ladder, onto the chairs. Don't do it. And all of a sudden it's a no contest. Have they ever had a no contest at Hell in a Cell?
No,
never.
Not even when a man almost literally died for real falling off the top of it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, everybody.
Yeah.
He almost died.
He was
still finished the damn match.
So I certainly understand why everybody's upset.
Well,
it makes no sense.
They say Vince made the decision basically because with the draft, with the new net, with Fox being now there, and if you notice this on SmackDown or on Raw now, on this past Monday, really playing up the whole draft, really playing up the whole who's going to be better, us or SmackDown, and we got to be better than them. Like really getting back to the whole brand versus brand thing, which I feel is funny because I feel like all they're going to do is basically take what's really happening between them and AEW and turn it into a storyline between Raw and SmackDown is what I really feel is happening. But anyways, they're really playing that whole angle up. So they said that what I read, what Metzler was talking about, Metzler's Metzler, whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently he says that like with this whole draft and everything, they just once the draft's done and they establish who's going to be where, they still want Seth to be top of the card. They still want him to be the champ and look tough and all that for now. So that's why they did what they did, because they didn't want to change hands with the whole draft thing coming up.
I mean, I fully understand it.
Yeah, there's other ways they could have went about this.
They could have gone through. All of everything that Bray Wyatt did basically just got tossed right in the shitter. Really.
Yeah, and it's a sad deal. They said I read two different things. One where they said when everybody booed and then the whole AEW chant started.
Yeah.
That Vince first laughed it off, like but then there was another thing that came out that said like he took full blame, but you can see there was concern on his face because he judges on his if it was a good decision, the crowd got behind it and is doing what he was hoping they would do, or when they don't, he will take that into account.
Yeah,
what they say. So hopefully he takes that into account. What I know, and this is all I guess I always kind of thought too this was going to be just sort of gimmicky between the two, because I just didn't see them putting the title on Bray right now, especially like when you saw him on SmackDown and you saw like all the Fox executives that were front row like, what the hell is this? But Aleister Black, when he came on Raw last night, today's Tuesday, right? We do Tuesdays.
Yeah.
When Aleister Black came out and was starting to cut his promo, and I haven't seen him for a while. Like that was his first time back in a little bit. When he came back and started talking about how like he is the thing that cannot be done or like beat, and how he is always restless and stuff, what he was doing right there, like instantly I was just like, how are they not going to have him and Bray?
Yeah.
How do you not have these two? Because he can be the first guy that when the lights go off and like all of a sudden Bray's in the ring, instead of just automatic mandible claw, it's a stare down because he didn't get it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just see those two doing a really, really cool program together. And I really hope that happens. But they definitely dropped the ball with Bray. And it's going to be, the lucky thing for them, though, is they know, like, oh, we dropped the ball. But guess what? Draft is Friday. Reset.
Yeah. So we moved to Monday. Monday was just literally big old waste of time.
Well,
one thing that was good. They continued with Asuka, so I like that. There was a lot of other stuff though that was garbage. I mean, honestly, the last woman standing match. Why?
But to be honest, I was impressed. I did not expect that much out of those two.
Don't you feel like it went a little bit long?
I mean, I think it went long, but I think it went long because they're trying to establish these two. Because let's be honest, Natty's got to be on her way out eventually.
Well, how old is she? Do you think?
I don't know, old enough,
close to 40,
something like that. I don't know. I mean, she looks good for her age. I mean,
yeah.
When we were
and I'm not
in an elevator with her in Waterloo in July, like she looked like probably late 30s. I don't know, but yeah, no, she's been there. I mean, she's the vet. Plus, let's be honest, you going to see a Natalia title reign at this point?
No,
really, no. So Lacey, why can't I remember her? Lacey
Evans. Too many wrestlers named Evans, man.
Yeah. Lacey Evans, though, is really good in the ring. She's a really good heel.
Yep.
Another one who plays her gimmick really great, stays in character, really just mastered what she's doing with her character. Like, and she can work in the ring. She's got the military background, so you know she can kick legit ass. Like, I like what they're doing. So they're establishing that you're going to get Natty some good matches because you know never know when she's going to just be like, I'm just going to coach or whatever now.
Yeah.
Or you know she'll probably start. She might be like the first one that ends up being like a woman producer backstage and worked with like the women's division. You know what I mean? Like right now, Finlay is, you know, doing a lot of the stuff with the women's division, and I could see her maybe being the first lady to do it. But
yeah,
I don't know. I was impressed. I thought there were some really cool big spots that they needed on the show that wasn't that exciting. And on a show that like literally was like hinging on this stupid Tyson Fury Braun Strowman thing.
Oh, and so let me give my two complaints. Complaint one: this hot frickin' garbage that they got going on with Rusev and Bobby Lashley and Lana. Is this the third time we've seen this? And it's going to be exactly the flippin' same. It's this was as you recall, it was Goldust's Marlena and whoever that was way back when. That was one love triangle. I mean, but it just so I'm like, I see that and I'm like, I've already seen this. I've already seen it.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in on it. And you know why I'm in on it though?
Because you want Rusev to beat up the baby.
No. To be honest, I'm in on it because I feel like they're finally giving something. First of all, I think they've been sleeping on Rusev. I think he is a sleeper to most of the people who watch wrestling. I don't think people realize how good he is in ring, how good he is on a microphone, and honestly, comedic timing. The guy is brilliant. He knows what to do, what to say, how to act. He is again, they've been sleeping on him. And I think he is now in a storyline where you're going to get to see his personality come out a little bit. He's going more face now, so he's not going to just be a dick. So you're going to get to see, like, I feel like if they keep going, because I mean, look what the last week on that season premiere, like everybody was like, that was so awkward. He had to watch that. Yeah, right. They're going to keep going. They're going to make it worse. And he's selling it perfectly right now. Because it's almost a sad angry. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they've done these live triangles and then someone gets all pissed. Yeah, you're with my girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's not selling it like that right now, though. It's almost like he's sad. Like he's like
he's resigned to the fact.
Like, and then he, the people around him are laughing, which was
great. That part I did like.
Corbin.
I liked him, and I liked him just going off. That was perfect. I don't like the story because I've already seen it.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know. I think the other thing too, though, is like I just feel like I don't know. I like seeing that because let's be honest, it's all a show.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, it's a scripted show.
absolutely.
So if I'm watching this, I want to see a little bit of that. I want to see it. Like, I remember thinking it was hilarious that the Bella twins were fighting over Daniel Bryan and he was actually
Yeah,
like making out with Gail Kim the whole time.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, that was hilarious, or like, like just those kind of things though. So I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Obviously, you're never going to have a love triangle angle
Right.
as good as the one that happened between Matt Hardy, Edge, and Lita.
Yeah, because that was
That
real.
was also real. That was real life on real TV. And
Yep.
the fact that they were able to work like that and still be professional in ring, and
Unbelievable.
wow, yeah, like, how did
Unbelievable.
you not like gouge Edge's eyes out and
Yeah.
whatever?
By the way, Trish, you're right. And I just think to myself, how on board does Rusev have to be for this? Because it's like you said, it was awkward. And on Monday, I mean, yeah, she's taking her straps down. So
Here's the thing with Lana, though. I don't know what her real name is, but whatever her real name is, we'll refer to her as that right now, is an actress first before a wrestler.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, her big thing when she came into WWE is, did you know she was in the Pitch Perfect movies? Like, that was the thing. She's down to do whatever.
Yeah.
She's an actress.
Yeah. I got it.
The thing that makes this situation creepy, though, is that Bobby Lashley, is horrible in the ring. He's just big and dumb. He can't talk on a microphone. Like, to be honest, I almost wish Leo Rush was still involved with this. So, like, instead of like when they pan to the bed and she's like, "We're gonna have fun," like Leo Rush is just next to the bed, being like, "Yeah, Bobby, my man, he's about to do it. He's about to have fun with Lana all night." Like, how funny would that be?
Oh God, anyway, that would be good.
But Bobby Lashley's a freaking idiot. Like, he's horrible on a microphone. He was horrible his first run in WWE. He was horrible in TNA Impact. He's a horrible MMA fighter. And yes, he could kick my ass, but damn it, cat.
The cat can kick your ass.
He bit me. And like, it's just horrible. So he makes it look awkward, and then he makes it look like it goes too far. Like, when they were on stage making out, like, I feel like he was getting handsy, and she was like, "Whoa, okay, hang on." Yeah. A little too close. And I mean, I don't know. Let's be honest. I mean, you've seen Mark Henry in a bed with Mae Young, and she took her straps down. So yeah,
that's true. But Mae Young is Mae Young, baby. Bobby Lashley does suck, and that's why probably Lana enjoys it. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, Trish. So we move on from that, and they whatever other stuff they got going on. I just can only remember the stuff that sticks. Then we work our way all the way up to this big Tyson Fury and Braun business. I've seen this again too. I've seen it. I saw it when it was Mike Tyson and Stone Cold. I saw it when it was Big Show and whoever the guy was that busted his nose.
Mayweather.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand. Vince loves to do this.
I saw it when it was Bart Gunn and Butterball. Or Butterbean. Whatever it is.
Yes.
Here's the deal with this is, when they did it with Tyson, DX, and Austin, that was also kind of like the real pop for Austin. Like, he was huge, but I think that was when he got his first title, actually, off of Michaels. So, I mean, that was a huge deal. Tyson was still a huge deal. Big Show was on his very long down slide at that point when he did the thing with Mayweather. And that was my first thought, is as soon as I seen this stuff with Fury and Strowman, I was like, God damn it. They're going to just start billing Strowman like Big Show because he's big. Because to be honest, if Strowman doesn't get a legitimate title run while he's in WWE, that is a waste.
I think it's a waste. Now granted, I don't know what part of this is creative and what part of it isn't. Certain things that Braun Strowman does, I think, make him look like a buffoon.
Yeah.
When he paws his feet like a bull when he's going to charge somebody, that makes him look cartoonish and like a buffoon. When he's doing his going to run around the ring and knock everybody down thing, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I know and I know that Vince wants them to say all their catchphrases.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear "get these hands" again, because it means nothing now.
He needs to be a heel.
Yes, he sure does.
If he gets a title run, it's got to be a heel title run. Him playing to the crowd is not something I want to watch. I do like the move. Like, I like him doing the tackle outside the ring, but yeah, I don't need him to be like, all right, it's Trey going.
Yeah. I mean, he is the yeah, he did, but I mean, let's face it. What do you think? Strowman's got probably about 35, 40 pounds on him.
On Fury?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Easy.
Let's be honest, too. If Tyson Fury is a just solidly trained boxer,
he's going to knock his brains out.
Well, he also isn't going to be good about anything that comes at the, like if dude tries to pick him up and DDT him, like,
yeah,
real, like
he's going to get hurt.
A punch isn't going to help him.
True.
But I think the biggest thing with this is he's so cartoony to me, Tyson Fury.
Yeah, that's true too.
And then the other thing too is, to me, I'm sorry, I don't watch a lot of boxing. You would have brought Deontay Wilder into the ring, then I'd be like, oh shit, it's going down. Tyson Fury, I'm just like, who is this guy again? And why is he wearing a funny looking suit?
Yeah.
And then last night, who is this guy again? And why does he have 10 children with him backstage?
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, he could have been a rapper.
Honestly, yeah. And then the whole, like, that was the thing. When we saw the whole Austin Tyson thing, like, that was intense. That seemed real. When we saw the Mayweather thing, it seemed real. He had all his boys. Tyson had nobody. It was straight security and the WWE locker room. It was just an awful way to end the segment.
I thought it was done half-assed. I thought it was stretched out way too long.
Yeah, it was way too long. Way too long.
Yeah, Fury the rapper, baby.
It's a build up for a one-off match.
Yeah,
that's going to be lackluster.
And I wonder, do you think that match is going to be in Saudi?
No.
You sure?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe, because it
won't mean anything.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. Yeah, it could be just because the preview or whatever but maybe not though, because that's also on Halloween. And did you see the guy had like 10 kids?
Yeah.
So you're
gonna say he's got to go out and do trick or treating?
When you got that many, you can't just expect a wife to go by herself. That's all I'm saying.
Can't you just send them out with your people?
Then again, for how much he'd get paid for that match down in Saudi Arabia, he could just buy a candy factory for his kid.
You guys can have all the gummy worms you want the rest of your life.
Call me Willy Wonka, bitch. It's just stupid, dude. It's stupid. It is. I don't care to see this. All this is doing is wasting Braun Strowman's time. But the other thing that kind of comes with this is stupid things are happening because of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're so close to November. Survivor Series is there. We already can see what's going to happen. Survivor Series has lost its traditional feel, and a lot of it now is going to be because instead of just being like because remember how they used to take storylines? So if it was like Hogan and the Mega Powers and Macho were broken up, well, if Survivor Series came around, they use that storyline.
They force it, yeah.
Hogan versus Team Savage. Yeah. The storyline still ties in somehow. Where here it's not. It's going to just be brand versus brand matches on Survivor Series now. Maybe there'll be some storyline in it, but it's going to be more of a one-off, like how Bragging Rights was.
Yeah.
That's essentially what Survivor Series is going to become now, and it's kind of sad.
Well, they've changed everything so much. Clearly, Hell in a Cell can be whatever you want it now.
Oh, and by the way, Hell in a Cell, that match, I didn't watch it, but did that first match that Bray Wyatt had as the Fiend, was it red like that? Like,
no.
Okay. That was also a stupid.
So what I heard was, listening to Busted Open on Sirius XM this morning, I heard a caller that was at the show and said, the red lights made it very, very difficult to even watch, which of course adds into the fact that the fans weren't happy. It looked pretty good on TV, you know. It was different.
I saw a picture of it last night before I went to bed, and I was like, wait, so the match, yeah. It wasn't that picture though, but it was a picture of it, and I was like, wait, so the match was just in red lighting the whole time? I was like, that looks awful. Like, that was my first thought. Is I was like, that's like, but I mean, I've already bitched about the red cage and how that looks awful and is distracting. So now you're gonna have a red cage and then red lighting on top. Like,
I don't know, man. I mean,
shit together, WWE.
Well, it's just the whole thing. The whole thing makes me sad when you couple it all together. It's like everybody wants it is creepy. It is creepy. I like the silver cages that other people use. Silver cages, not so creepy. You can also see the blood when it gets smeared on there.
Yeah. That's why they probably did this, though.
Well, they thought there was going to be a lot of blood?
Well, no, just so if there is blood, though, you won't tell on the cage.
Oh, that might be.
Because, Vince.
Yeah.
You're going to have blood on there.
Blur it.
Or go black and white. Remember that trick they used to do?
Oh, yeah.
Show it in black and white if there is blood on the screen. Like, some of the network stuff, I think, still does that. But
yeah, they do. Which is goofy.
Ridiculous.
But anyway, so now
cartoon with you on WWE Network with a cartoon John Cena, R-Truth and Big Show, where as cartoon kids, they're sticking their dicks into pool jets, and that's the whole episode. But we can't show a little blood.
Family friendly. Kids got to pay $10 to see that stuff.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you know how it is, man. I just, for the life of me, I don't know. I mean, I have to think to myself, because I see during the day, I work with an old guy that's 91 years old, and he was talking to me today about, what was it? Oh, it was USA Today, and yeah, that's right, because it's plastic coated, I think, too, so they don't accidentally get cut fresh.
They just went to the Maker's Mark factory and just dipped the whole cage in.
Ooh, nice. But anyway, he says, we were talking about USA Today. He says, I didn't know who anybody was in the USA Today. And I'm like, I think as we get older, we don't pay nearly as much attention to that stuff. I mean, I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't know who some of these people are. And I think to myself that no matter what Vince McMahon wants to do, say that he still has his pulse on what anybody wants, I think he's absolutely mistaken. I don't think he has a clue in terms of pop culture. I don't think and so basically, that's why I get upset. To me, a lot of this stuff is rehash that worked 10, 15 years ago, and he just thinks it's going to work again because it worked before. You've worked for people like that. This is what we're going to do. We've always done it this way. Doesn't mean it's right. Does not mean it's right.
Yeah, it's one of those things, though, again, where now there is change. Now there's another option. They're coming out guns blazing, and it's the good thing about this is if it keeps going up for AEW, it's going to force WWE to make some changes.
Oh, yeah.
For the better, hopefully. And, only time's going to tell what's going to happen with that. But, again, too, I feel like WWE on non-Mania season has always been a little bit more quality, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And we're in that period right now. You know what I mean? Kind of, like July through like basically October, November. It's kind of like, yeah. And then as soon as the Rumble hits, that's where it's like, okay, now we're starting to see these long-term storylines getting put together that are going to culminate at WrestleMania in April. So we're almost there. So hopefully that'll make WWE a bit more exciting. I don't know. Well, I'm excited because in January I'm going on my cruise and I booked my flight and hotel. So
sweet, man.
I'll hopefully have like lots of video and pictures from that.
We'll have to try to do one live show while you're in the hotel waiting to.
Oh
No,
yeah,
not on the boat.
I was just
Good
saying,
God.
I'm not even turning my phone on the boat.
No, there's too much to do on the boat. But before you go on or right after you get off, you
Let's
know.
do it before, because last year, right when we got off, I needed to sleep for that entire night. We got off the boat at like 8 a.m. and huh? Oh, okay, yeah. We got off at 8 a.m. Our hotel was 5 minutes away from port. We took a Uber there. Luckily, they let us check in at 8:30 a.m. basically.
Oh, wow.
Went to our room, and my poor nephew had to sit and watch TV till about 5, 6 p.m. because I passed out. I was done. I was just done. So let's do it beforehand. Maybe
We'll do it before.
we could do one on the phone at the port.
We could do one on the phone at the port. We can do one on the phone from wherever. If you stop off in Nassau, Bahamas, let's do one from the Nassau, Bahamas.
Yeah, I haven't figured out if I'm going to get off the boat or not this time around.
Don't get off the boat, because knowing you might forget to get back on.
Yeah, plus, like, I feel like I'm just going to get robbed if I get off the boat in Nassau.
No. They're nice in Nassau. Freeport, you don't want to get off in Freeport. Nassau, you're fine.
It was a little sketchy. Sketchy.
Eh.
Plus, I don't want to pay again just to use a bathroom.
Oh, they charge you to go to the bathroom?
Well, the lady wouldn't show me where the bathroom was unless I bought something from her little, like, freaking tent.
I would have said, I'm gonna pee in your tent.
Well, because we were in, like, their like market, like,
Yeah.
everybody has their own little booth, and I was like, I had to go. I'm like, where's the bathroom? And like, yeah, they had to basically be like, I'll show you, and like, she's like, I'll bring you to the bathroom, but then you have to come look at my stand and buy something. So I'm like, all right, but I have to go. So can we go to the bathroom? So she brings me to the bathroom. I walk in like, all right, thanks, thinking like,
She wait for you?
fuck her. Yeah, she was. I go back. I end up buying like a wooden cat figure,
nice.
just so she'd leave me alone for like $10. Yeah. Wes, are you talking about the cruise? If you're talking about the cruise, Trish, no, Wes is not going. That is just going to be me and my nephew, and some of my friends that I made from last year's cruise are coming back as well for Bart, as Jericho would say, Pardieu. Keep saying it.
Love it.
Jericho Cruise Pardieu.
Pound deux.
Yeah.
Le champion.
There's gonna be like all week on that boat, everybody's just gonna be like the bubbly. Like,
oh my God,
ridiculous! All the things.
How crazy is that going to be?
Oh, I can't wait. It is definitely a vacation of a lifetime. They're gonna probably do a third because this one sold out. I don't think I'll go on the third, but you should go. Anybody watching?
I gotta tell you, I think as long as people want to go, he'll do them. Because everything that I've heard and read is that he based it all on the Kiss cruises.
Yeah, because his Fozzy played the Kiss cruises. And
okay.
The idea. Chris Cruise was run by it's called Six Man Cruises, and they're the ones these chartered cruises where they're themed.
Yeah.
So that he started talking to them throughout the idea. It was one of those things, I guess, where he said they were like, yeah, they were interested, but they were also like, I don't know, is this something that we would actually even sell tickets to? And then like they kind of did like a survey and realized like, wait a minute, we might be onto something. This might actually sell. And unless you listen to his podcast about the ship last year, you wouldn't have heard it, but like he actually did approach WWE first. Reaching out to like ROH, Impact, and whoever else. He did go to them first, and even throughout, like, we don't need Raw, SmackDown, but like, give me NXT.
Yeah,
bring NXT on the boat. And ultimately Vince shot it down because I guess he has something against the thing. I know Wes said he doesn't know if he's going to make it this year. He's got a lot of stuff going on. I will not be at Cauliflower Alley Club just because I'm going to try to go to Mania in Tampa this year. And if I do that, I can't afford another trip down, especially in Vegas. Vegas is a dangerous trip. There's a lot of money that gets spent when I'm in Vegas. So, no. Next time I'm in Vegas will probably, hopefully, be for the next Double or Nothing Memorial Day weekend. I think I'm going to just go spend my birthday in Vegas with AEW. So, but yeah, no, he tried to get them. Vince shot it down. I guess Vince has a thing against boats. Like you heard about like the people getting sick on the cruise because of the food, like
Oh
years
my
ago, and
God.
like ever since, and then like the toilets backing up, and like I guess Vince is just like afraid of cruise ships, so he shot it all down. But dude, it's a vacation of a lifetime. It really is, and you make a lot of cool friends.
Oh yeah.
You know, a lot of cool stuff. It's worth the price. But like I said, this will be my second time. And I want to go to Mania again. I want to go to Vegas for Double or Nothing. And they are a little spendy, so it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna probably sit out the next one, but I'm going to enjoy this next one though. And I cannot believe how soon it is already, dude.
Yeah. What is it? 4 months?
Yeah, like summer just feels like it wasn't here, but
Yeah. Well, it was because it wasn't.
yeah.
Well, it was, but it was raining the whole. Anyway, the point is. Oh my gosh. Well, so we got now. When we get done, I'm going to watch the NWA Power. I'm excited to see that. They've got a lot of good guys on their roster. I think James Storm is on their roster.
James Storm, Nick Aldis.
They got that woman who's got the title, who we didn't get to see, was going to come up here to that first wrestling show.
Yeah, which
I
Wrestle
can't think of her name.
So people should buy those.
First, WrestlePalooza. Are we going? Did we get tickets to that yet?
I have not gotten any tickets. I'm not. Yeah, we could talk about that after we're not on this live. But yeah, and then Friday, if you're in our I would say viewing area, but our viewing area is the world since it's the internet. So
yeah, that's true.
I guess if you're in our recording area, that kind of works.
Yeah.
TLC tickets go on sale Friday for the Target Center.
On Friday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, we can talk about that afterwards too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
no.
Otherwise, you go and enjoy your NWA. I'm going to go and enjoy something that we talked about that kind of kicked off why we're doing this show in the first place, and that is I have now gotten addicted to watching slot machine YouTube videos.
Dude, did I tell you? Do you watch Brian Christopher? Or do you watch Slot Lady? You watch Slot Lady?
I think I've seen a little bit of all of them.
Look up Slot Lady. She's the cute one. NWA is on YouTube exclusively, Trish. And it comes out, they release it on Tuesdays at 6:05 p.m.
Yeah, and I can check the Fight Network, the Fight app, because I think they're doing it too.
They might too. Brian Christopher, Slot Lady, and there's a couple other ones that are okay. Anyway, point being, see, next thing you know, you're going to start watching the magnet fishing guys. And then we'll just branch out.
YouTube.
So now you have a show with Wes Briscoe on Thursday.
Yeah. We'll have our live show Thursday night. I don't know if we'll have a guest. Just don't know. We didn't have one last week. The site that we would usually use to do the show was down. We couldn't get on it, so we couldn't broadcast. So either way, we're going to do something this Thursday, though. The site should be up and working though.
And you can also take calls, phone calls live while you're doing that. Yes,
we do. Yeah. The only thing is it's hard because we can't really screen our calls, and we love everybody that's called in. Trish is a good friend of the show and calls in, but the thing is we want to get more into like when we have callers, they're talking about what we're talking about, and that hasn't happening yet. So I don't know. We kind of been throwing the idea out about maybe limiting the phone calls here, unless it's, again, because we want people to actually be talking about what we're talking about, the subjects. And I think Wes is kind of just not wanting to have to be like, oh, let me answer another question, which is fine too. We'll do that. But we want to like actually have more of an interactive show, kind of like how this is. So,
yeah.
I don't know. We do take live calls. We might kind of pull back on that a little bit, like just not take as many throughout a show.
Once a month, do Ask Me Anything.
Right.
We should do that here.
And we should. We definitely should. But yeah, so we do that, and that's a fun show. And then, the Mega Power Hours, you can look for that podcast too. That's just another fun show I do. And you do like a couple of these, don't you? Do you?
I do. Well, the ones that I do are not live.
Oh.
I do one called Live from My Garage. We got some that are recorded, and but that one's inconsistent because I do that with nationally touring comedian and headliner Mark Poulos, and he's not always available. Just like when you're doing stuff with Wes, it's sometimes hard to get him nailed down. And then I also do one where I try to interview people that I've watched on YouTube and have an interest in. Sometimes it's hard to get people to interview, simply because they're busy doing their own thing on YouTube. So that one's called Who's Who Video. And the other thing is, you can find me out doing comedy shows. I don't know if I got anything. Oh, April 19th. October. Jeez, oh, Peters. October 19th. I'm doing a show with some guys down in Spring Valley, Minnesota, at the Wise Guys Social Club. Yeah, it's a free show, thanks to the owner. Limited seating, so if you live in that neck of the woods, get down there and come to see the free show, and I'll give you something. Probably some jokes, maybe a sweaty old mask. I don't know.
An STD, who knows?
And then I've got a little bit of stuff popping up. I'm really busy out on the road in December, and once we get closer, I'll let everybody know where they can come out and see me too.
Hell yeah!
So, other than that, amigo, this was a fun show again. I always enjoy spending time with you every Tuesday evening. And so I bid you a fond adieu.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All righty. So long, everybody. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We will see you next week.
Bye.